All right, y'all, it's Father's Day. And as you can see, I am at the shop, but working on my own car today. So got my boy James up here. I don't know if y'all remember the video. I did a video towing his truck, and I blew the tire on the trailer. It was like right after I got it, and I popped the tire. But that's his 97 two-door with an LS in it. It's got a 5.3, and we're doing some stuff with some seats and stuff. And I am pulling the engine and transmission out of this car today. So this will be the last time she will be running on this current setup. I had it in here about a year ago today. I dropped it in on Father's Day. So, or it was close to Father's Day, but it's coming out today. The transmission is shot. It'll still drive, but it slips really bad. And I'm putting some new heat under the hood. So gonna pull it off. My goal is to have the motor and trans out in 3 hours. I know that's like a long time, but I'm giving myself, you know, a reasonable goal. So I say about 3 hours I should be able to have this engine and transmission out, because the way that I built the car was to make it easy if I ever needed to pull it out and service it and stuff like that. So I'm about to pull it off the trailer, pull it in the shop, and get it out, get it done. All right, so it's been probably about an hour. I got intake, all the front accessories off. I'm just gonna move the water pump out the way, the power steering pump out the way, just so it's moved. I don't want to have to disconnect it, because that bracket is not fun. So yeah, all the front accessories are off. Fuel system, everything's disconnected. So what I'm gonna do now, go below. I'm going to undo the headers from the X pipe, and then the headers will come out, motor mounts will come out, starter will come out. Then I'm going to drain the transmission so it doesn't make a big mess when it's coming out, and then cross member, and then once I get the motor mount bolts out, everything will be ready. Oh, drive shaft, well, the drive shaft will just fall, but pretty much that's it. So about an hour in, what, about an hour and a half I've been working. Been about what, hour and a half? Hour? Yeah.
Not even.
Not even?
I said about,
shoot,
about an hour.
About an hour?
Yeah, it's third quarter right now.
Basketball man, that's how you tell time.
Third quarter.
Yeah, it worked. So this is his Caprice. Probably showed it in a few videos. That's my barber. Same owner of the two-door. This is Caprice as well that we putting back together. He's taking his carpet out. We'll put some fresh black carpet in it. We got to find him a lower dash. I'm working on the brakes right now, so I've already changed the pads and the and the rotor's in the front, and put some extended studs on it. But he coming at y'all with some Willwoods on this one. And then I'm gonna pull the rear end apart, put longer studs in the rear, so we get that done. And then he got some custom stuff he's doing, trying to be different, you know, and ain't nothing wrong with that. So we pulling the carpet. It's Father's Day, so I'm trucking along on this. So I'm one of the many advantages of having a car on airbags. I had it all the way down, aired all the way out when I was doing all the top stuff, because if it's aired up, you know. And now I'm about to jump underneath, and I got miles of space. So I'm gonna jump under there. We'll get the like I said, the exhaust off, and then we'll work on all the stuff underneath. And then shoot, once that's done, I'm gonna bring it back down and yank it out. And then I'm gonna put the I'll separate the engine from the transmission, put the engine up on a I got an extra engine stand over there. I don't know where the rest of it is. It's around here somewhere. Oh, there it is. So yeah, we'll put this engine on the engine stand, pull the heads off. We'll put the 317s on there. And then once the 317s go on here, it'll be ready to go in the Silverado. I mean, that's really the only difference. So I'm taking, this is a 6-liter, as you can see. But she's got 799 heads. So if you don't know, these are Gen 4 5.3 heads, and they're equivalent to the 243s, which the 243s, as you know, we have a LS2 over here come on this 6-liter. This is an aluminum 6-liter out of a Trailblazer SS. Dead giveaway is the big hole in the oil pan. But these 243 heads are equivalent, the same head as the 799. Now, there are select differences, because some of the LS6 Corvettes had sodium fill valves and that whole thing. But other than that, they're identical. So we're gonna pull these heads off, put them on the other engine that I'm building, and then the stock 317s will go on this 6-liter, which is an LQ4, and then this engine will be in the Silverado. So I gotta change the heads, I gotta change the oil pan, the crank pulley, and pull the motor mounts off of it, and it'll be ready to go into the Silverado. And I'm gonna paint it a different color. I got a nice blue to match the truck and stuff like that. So let me jump underneath and get started on the exhaust and everything under there, and then I'll update you guys when it's time for it to come out. Just realized I don't think I've ever showed y'all the bottom of this car. So I knew eventually at some point I was gonna have to pull this out. So I put V-bands on the exhaust. Not the best welds, I didn't do them. A friend of mine did them. Need a little practice. I was like, yeah, go ahead, I'm not tripping. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be underneath the car, so I'm not too worried about it, you know, not looking, you know, perfect. So yeah, we got V-bands holding the exhaust and the header together. Super easy. I love that on both sides. We've got a BRP cross member. I went with the BRP style cross member because I knew at some point I may be putting a 4L80 in this car, and I wanted something that was adjustable. That way, when it was time, it would be an easy swap to put the 80 in here. We've got an oil leak, pretty bad, of course. Not sure where it's coming from, but it doesn't matter now because that oil pan, we resealed all that, make sure it doesn't leak anymore. Transmission's coming out, and then I've got an X pipe going all the way back. My exhaust is Coffin Muffler. The Coffin Muffler is a company out of California. Not a lot of people know about it. I really didn't know about it until I got it, and that's about it, really. And you can see how flush my oil pan sits with the engine cradle. So, you know, even though my car rides really low on the bags, I don't have any issues with it hitting the oil pan or anything. So, well, let me go ahead and I'll get the rest of this stuff out of here. Gotta pull the linkage. Gotta pull the plugs for the O2s. That should come off. Yep, so that harness is loose. Linkage for the transmission's gonna come loose. And then I'm gonna pull the header right now, and then pull the headers, oil, and then jump back under here, and then we'll deal with the cross member bolts and the drive shaft and all that good jazz. But all this stuff, you see how easy it is compared to the stock. You know, that's something that I always kept in mind when I was building the car. I was like, you know what, if I ever have to take this thing apart, I want it to be somewhat easy, you know. So that's why I didn't put the stock cross member back in. Well, that was one of the reasons, because the stock cross member is a freaking beast. But that was one of the reasons. Stock cross members is a pain to get out, and I didn't want to have to fight with it. And you know, as anybody with a car or building a custom car with a swap or anything like that, if you're doing it yourself, there are gonna be instances where you're gonna have to take it apart. Now mind you, I don't have to take this apart. I really could just pull the trans and be done, and pulling the trans would have been nothing. But I saw an opportunity where I can give it a little bit more power, and it's really not going to cost me any money, because I was already building that LQ9 short block to go in the Silverado. So why not put it in this, get more power, and then put the LQ4 that's already built, ready to go, broken in, put that in the Silverado. That way the Silverado is not down. Because I thought about it, I was like, you know, if I build this LQ9 and then swap it into the Silverado, I'll have to break it in, you know, go through all the steps, hope everything is good. I installed everything good. But with this setup, I know this motor is good to go. So I'm not, you know, I could slap it in and hit the road. So that'll be it. So I'm gonna get all the stuff underneath pretty much buttoned up, and then I'll jump back on here and get some more footage once it's time for it to come out. And then I'm gonna load it on the trailer, take it home. The time has come. The time has come to pull the motor. So everything's disconnected. Cross members out. The only thing I couldn't get out, which was weird, now I don't remember having such a tough time last time, was this header. It normally goes out through the bottom, but for whatever reason this time around I could not get it out. So I don't know what's up with that. But cross members out. It's right there. That's the BRP cross member. So I'm getting ready to yank this thing out of here. I got a couple things still hooked up, like the transmission cooler lines, but I'll be able to get it up a little bit to not have to worry about those, because I'm actually going to replace the whole cooler and everything. So I'm not too worried about that. And I think that's it. I think everything else should be completely disconnected. So I'm going to get it up as high as I can without any issues, and then I may have to hook the battery up and bring the bags back down to get it back, you know, get it back down. So I'm gonna go ahead and start pulling it out of here. Oh, shifter linkage. I gotta do that. Hold on. Forgot about the shift linkage on this side. I gotta undo it. It was a little tricky. So let me do that and I'll be right back. Not gonna reuse them. damn ground strap on the head is the last thing holding it right over there. But other than that, everything else is pretty much cleared. I'm letting the transmission drain a little bit more. But yeah, she's almost out of here. All right.
Sir. Two screws, man. So I need some screws. You got any screws?
Yeah.
Bolts?
On top of the thing over there. I need those. What's that? What's that you got?
Nothing? Oh, this is what I.
Oh.
There's something about that.
Alright. She's out. Motor is out.
These up here, these are spares?
Yeah, in a little bucket, little clear bucket. Oh, you know what? Look in this black toolbox right here. In the black toolbox, those are all the spares.
On the ground?
Yeah. Yep. The top drawers, the two top drawers, is hella screws and stuff in there. Woo! Well, it's out. She is out. Wasn't too bad. So, gonna start getting this thing pretty much torn down, separate the transmission, and then I'll get the engine up on the stand, and then drop the pan, get the pan swapped over to the truck pan, pull the heads, put the stock LQ4 heads on it, and then get it ready for the Silverado. Once the LQ9 comes back from the machine shop, I'll get that built, swap these 799s on there, put everything from the old engine, of course, and then send the transmission off, get it rebuilt, and then send it off. I should have took a video of the pan. It was pretty dirty. So what I'm gonna do now is probably back it out. Well, once he gets done, he's working on his Caprice. I'm probably just gonna back it out and turn it, and then I'll back the trailer up, winch it up on the trailer, and take it home. Because I don't have space here to let it sit for days at a time, because I got other cars I need to move in and out, and that truck back there is not moving. So ideally I was waiting to get that truck done before I did this, but sent the heads off to the machine shop, so just waiting on the heads, and then we'll get it in there. But yeah, motor and trans is out, but I'm pretty confident in the new setup. I'm gonna go with a bigger stall. It's a 3000 in there, and with the duration on the cam that I have, I don't think that stall was big enough to put me in the power band, because I mean, the car drove great, don't get me wrong, but I've done a couple LS swap cars. I've driven a few LS swap cars, and I've driven a couple built cars, and I know what a certain setup is supposed to feel like, and mine, that wasn't it. So with the higher compression motor, the built transmission, the bigger stall, and I'm putting a True Track in the rear end, I think we should be good. It's already got 373s, so I think with the True Track, the new Posi, you know, more compression in the motor, and really that's all I'm changing. I'm not really changing anything else. It's really swapping the short block, literally. But the Silverado, that guy's gonna be running good. She's getting 410 gears, which I have in there, and then she's gonna get this LQ4. So should be fun, should be fun. So I'm gonna go ahead and just start ripping this apart, getting the trans separated, and I'll just sit the trans out here, pick it up with the pickup tomorrow, and run it over to my boy Randy. Oh, actually no, I need to leave it on the trailer because I need to tow a car from him over here. How we gonna do that? I'll figure it out. But yeah, yeah, so we'll sit the trans up on the trailer and strap it down, and then go from there. And I'm not gonna show y'all what James got going on, but he took it out. Okay, but he got some heat coming. He got some heat coming. He works quick, man, because when I seen this thing, when Torian actually used my trailer to go pick this up for him, and when I first saw it, man, it was missing a window, it was rusted to hell, everything was missing. And this dude can put this whole thing back together quite nicely. It's still a work in progress, still a project, but check it out. Oh yeah, got that young 5.3. So we're gonna work on getting him some AC, and he's got a brake leak somewhere, so we got to figure that out. And that's about it. I mean, the wiring job that they did wasn't the best, but it's turnkey and it runs, so it'll work for now, and then we'll go back in and clean it up later. But yeah, so let me get this stuff separated, and maybe I'll pick it up, or maybe I'll end the video here. I don't know. Well, transmission's out, engine's over here on the stand. So we'll get working on this pretty soon, maybe tomorrow or the next day. I'll come in, pull the heads off of it. I'll put these heads, these are the 317s that are ready to go. I think I have a truck oil pan. Yep, that's a truck oil pan. So I got a good oil pan. I'll just clean it up a little bit. New gasket. Pull these motor mounts off. I broke one spark plug on the other side when I was pulling it, easy. Pull the balancer, put the truck balancer on it, and just get it cleaned up, ready to go. And we'll, sometime in the next week or two, I'll get the engine pulled out the Silverado and get this engine with the 317 heads dropped on it. So yeah, car's, she's empty. She's got no motor or trans. No more LS for now. So big things to come. So plan is I'm gonna push it back and just let it roll back once he moves, and then we'll just winch it up on the trailer, take it home.